Manchester United's victory at Anfield clearly made a big impact after a shaky period for the Red Devils. It wasn't just about the result, several improvements were made. And among them, Ruben Amorim's implementation of the long ball tactic stood out as particularly noteworthy. In this regard, the contribution of newcomer Senne Lammens, who delivered a brilliant performance against the COP, offered plenty of promise for what Manchester United could build upon in the coming stages. The 2-1 scoreline not only ended their 9-year winless streak at Anfield but also put an exclamation mark on a bold tactical choice: direct football, long passes, and patient pursuit of second balls. That match opened up an almost perfect chapter to revisit United's long ball approach and Lammens' role within that structure. Naturally, the focal point of the discussion lies in the numbers behind how the team built up play. According to Opta, Manchester United completed 75 long passes out of a total of 294, accounting for 25.5%, their highest ratio in a Premier League match since December 2017. Opta also reiterated that a long pass is defined as any pass that travels more than 32 meters. When we place those numbers into the flow of the match, it becomes clear why that night at Anfield was the ideal moment for Manchester United to minimize risks in their own half and send the ball into areas where the game could unfold the way they wanted. From there, the role of Senne Lammens became even clearer. He wasn't the one scoring goals or providing assists, but he was the starting point of the entire idea. By repeatedly choosing to go long, from goal kicks or quick throws aimed into the space behind Liverpool's full-backs, Lammens effectively pushed the Reds away from their preferred pressing zones. The Belgian goalkeeper didn't showcase complex build-up sequences in his own third. Instead, he kept going for long, direct passes. Those decisions made even more sense when viewed alongside the bigger picture of possession. By the end of the game, Liverpool had around 63% possession with 86% passing accuracy, while Manchester United had 37% possession and 68% accuracy. This can be read in two ways. Either United knew they couldn't match Liverpool's control, or they deliberately conceded possession to manage risk on their own terms. Every time Liverpool pushed their full-backs high, the space behind them immediately opened up. Long passes from Lammens or from the centre-backs went straight into that zone, where Mbeumo and Amad Diallo were ready to sprint. United didn't need the first touch to be perfect. What mattered was triggering a physical contest higher up the pitch, where second balls could fall to an advancing player and catch Liverpool off guard. However, long balls aren't magic spells, they are carefully calculated gambles. The first advantage of this approach was how it disrupted Arne Slot's pressing system. When United's defenders and goalkeeper didn't circulate short passes from the back, Liverpool were forced to run longer distances to maintain pressure, which gradually stretched the space behind them. Every successful long ball didn't just move the ball forward. It moved United's problems into the opponent's half. The second benefit was a repositioning of the battle lines. Instead of trying to pass through multiple layers of pressure, United chose to contest in clearer, more manageable areas. And finally, long balls provided an instant form of risk management. Every successful clearance or long pass gave the team a few seconds to push up, reorganize, and reset defensively. But nothing is perfect. The first drawback was the loss of connection between the lines. By skipping over Bruno Fernandes or other midfielders, United's transitions became too fast and heavily reliant on duels. The 68% passing accuracy reflected this trade-off. They could create instant threat, but struggled to maintain rhythm over long spells. The second drawback was the increased workload for the defense and goalkeeper. Liverpool fired 19 shots, with Gakpo hitting the woodwork 3 times, proving that one mistimed header or slow reaction to a second ball could be costly. And the sustainability of long ball football always depends on the opponent. Against teams that sit deep and avoid pressing high, those long passes can turn into easy giveaways, costing possession and momentum. In that sense, Lammens' role was the key that tilted this tactical gamble in United's favor. Each of his long deliveries wasn't just a clearance, it was a tactical cue that triggered collective movement according to training patterns. The wingers made diagonal runs behind full-backs. The central midfielders positioned for second balls. The centre-backs adjusted their line to either push up or drop back for recovery. Secondly, when Manchester United deliberately conceded possession, Their number 31 couldn't only go long, he also had to make saves. As every goalkeeper must, it wasn't surprising to see Lammens face constant shots. And it was also the perfect chance for fans to witness his talent. Against Liverpool's 19 shots, every safe catch or block from Lammens injected a dose of confidence back into the defense. He also cooled down Liverpool's momentum by taking a few extra seconds during goal kicks, a subtle form of game management. The result was clear. By the final minutes, as the Cop's legs grew heavy, Harry Maguire found the space for his decisive header. Manchester United didn't try to build triangles in their own box. They sent the ball far away. So danger stayed far away. On a broader level, this match highlighted the modern football dilemma between philosophy and pragmatism. Arne Slot was right when he said Liverpool played well enough to win if they had finished better. But Amorim's pragmatism was no less intelligent. He read the game perfectly, choosing a less aesthetic but safer route against a top-class opponent. From an operational view, there are 3 key indicators United must maintain if they want to keep using this long ball approach. 1. Winning aerial duels and second balls must remain consistent. That's the engine of the whole system. 2. Set-piece quality, corners, free kicks, crosses, must stay sharp. 3. Lammens must continue to show flawless first contact handling, clean catches, controlled punches, precise direction. Conversely, against teams that sit deep and crowd the central areas, going long too often will just result in losing possession. In other words, long balls for Manchester United should be one tool in their tactical toolbox, not the hammer for every nail. Finally, we should be fair when talking about long ball football. It has long been associated with rough, ugly, unsophisticated play, but at Anfield, those very passes created the moments that made the away end erupt. Football doesn't have only one definition of beauty. When Mbeumo broke through to score the opener, people realized that football can be beautiful in a different way, beautiful because it's effective, beautiful because it's the right solution under pressure. When Maguire rose to head home the winner, it was the beauty of patience, belief, and hard work. If there's a story to take away, it's that Manchester United's long ball approach at Anfield wasn't about enforcing a rigid philosophy. It was about staying true to the goal of winning in a specific context. And if there's a takeaway for the future, it lies in adaptability, knowing when to go long, when to play short, and when the goalkeeper should simply clear the danger. That's perhaps the most valuable lesson from those 90 minutes at Anfield, a vivid reminder that beauty in football can take many forms. A perfectly executed long pass can open up new horizons for a team. In the end, long balls were Manchester United's choice. But they shouldn't define their identity. They are a situational solution, not a permanent one. After all, fans love hearing, playing like Manchester, not waking up every morning to see their team just lumping it long.